I'm Kaylee, and I'm from Hendersonville, Tennessee. I grew up with my family, and they went to church all the time, so I grew up in church, and I actually got saved when I was really little, as a little girl, and I was just blessed by so many friends and families that all loved the Lord and poured into me all the time. And so like if I couldn't go to my parents or something, I had, my friends' parents, and I always got, godly advice, and they just really encouraged me in my walk in my faith. And as I grew up, church was kind of my life. That's what I did. I was always at church. I loved being at church, and that's what I did. And I played soccer, but like I never really dealt with a lot of worldly stuff. Everything was just kind of easy because I was surrounded by so much God. And the older I got and the more time I spent in high school and around other people, the harder it got to be bold about my faith and to stand up, just for what I believe in all the time. And by senior year, church got old to me, and my faith with God just kind of started becoming a checklist of things to do. And so rather than going to church and enjoying it like I had, my entire life, it just became a waste, and I just kind of ran from God. I was angry about so much stuff. I love to have control over things and know what's going to happen and when. And so by the time I got to deciding where I was going to go to college and if I was going to play soccer and what I was going to do, I had lost all control, and I was angry with God. And instead of just seeking the answers in the Bible where I knew they were, I just kind of left. It was a struggle every day, and I really dealt with a lot of depression and stuff my senior year. And finally, my girls minister at church kind of got a hold of me. I was like, look, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? This isn't who you are. And through that time, over the summer and stuff, I kind of went to counseling, and I let people pour into me and help me get back on track. But it couldn't be just from them. I had to kind of decide that I didn't want to stay where I was. And through that, I came to college and everything, but it was really hard because I didn't have, everything I had at home. I was surrounded by so many people who loved me and cared about me, poured into my life, and all those people that I've grown up with. My entire life, was gone. I was kind of here all by myself. I didn't really come knowing anyone. And so to have those Christian friends and people to spur me on, I didn't have a lot of that until this last semester. And I think with that, God just had to just strip everything out of my life, all the people who were such big influences and everything, so that I could finally get to the point and say this is my faith, and this is what I want to do with it, and this is the plan that God has for me. And so I'm gonna have to go on my path rather than just following everyone else. Not that those were bad things, but it just wasn't what God had in store for me. And since being in college in the second semester with Jesus Movement, I had friends who had told me about it and told me about it before it even started. And so by the time I got here, I was so excited to go, and I'd already built a lot of relationships with a lot of the people involved with Jesus Movement. And by just being able to come here with other college students, and even come on the high school nights, it's just been a place that is very encouraging, and it's different, and it's new, and it's exciting, and it's not just church, and it's not just going through the motions, but it's a place where we can just get real and be who we are, and spur each other on, because it's not easy all the time being at a college, even at a Christian campus. There's not a whole lot of Jesus. And so to be able to come here with high school students and college students and even adults who God laid it on their heart to pour into us enough to just have this place that we could grow is so exciting, because now we can grow and mentor and disciple each other, and now we're just able to let that overflow into the city of McKenzie, and I'm really excited to see where else this takes us.